Some people just want to watch World Fun.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed it.
Top 5 has 98.
I got more.
Just loves some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. That's right. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 381. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
And I'm Scab Intern today.
Yay! Doug's here, number one fan. And we got Scab Jim here today in the form of Pittsburgh's own Sean from Pittsburgh Nerd. Welcome, Sean.
Yay!
Well. 'Tis I, the irresistible stud muffin. Sean, when she told me she was from Cincinnati, I knew she liked it nasty.
Yes, Sean is here. Not that Ian guy. He's shady. But
he actually has family he's actually dealing with while I'm dripping off Joel Gertner's best material. Line at three
Joel.
people are going to be like laughing at in your eyes.
I got it.
I got it. ECW, baby.
Yeah.
You have the neck brace on.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you a fun story real quick about Joel Gertner.
Sure.
When ECW was at its height, like they would come to Pittsburgh like every other month, and they would do two shows, one at the Ross Draver Ice Garden and one at the Beaver County Beaver Dome. And me and my friend Thad would go to the show in the Ross Draver Ice Garden.
The Beaver County Beaver Dome?
I was on that.
Sounds like a cheap Pittsburgh gentleman's club.
Well, it was near one. Trust me, it's out there by the airport. But so we were front row regulars. So like the wrestlers knew who we were and stuff like that. And when Gertner would come out, I was always yelling at him to put on a shirt and shit. And the year the Broncos beat the Steelers in the AFC Championship game, they came Super Bowl week, and Gertner's up doing his shtick, and he's like, every time I come to Pittsburgh, you people, particularly this man right here, he says right at me in the front row, tells me to put on a shirt. So today, I grant you your wish. And he opens up his jacket. He's wearing a Broncos AFC Championship T-shirt. And then he's standing in front of me. Like, he comes down while the match is going on. He's dancing in front of me. And I'm just like, yeah, that was good. You got me. Well played, sir. Well played. So.
Was it the 1977 Goal Line Stand championship game?
No, it was the 1997 Bill Romanowski spit on Cordell Stewart's game.
Oh, okay. Wasn't Tim Tebow beating the
not
Steelers?
Hey, Jeff. Jeff, I'm a huge Tim Tebow fan, right, Jeff? And my God, was that great. Do you remember when he threw that pass in overtime against Pittsburgh? Oh, my God.
The one pass he threw the entire game?
His entire career?
You know what, though? That's like, you guys want to rub that in. That's fine. That's like,
Tebow.
Like in my top five like issues or like heartbreaking moments in Pittsburgh sports history. That doesn't even break the top five. So
give me a break. I'm a Browns fan. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, the problem with the Browns, though, is like your heartbreak moments are like, we almost made 500. I'm talking
Sean,
about like trying to win.
That was for the past 20 years.
Sean,
I mean, I don't want to bring up the Cueto moment. Johnny Cueto dropping the ball in PNC Park.
Let's just say this, Sean. if Tim Tebow was playing the Bengals in that playoff game and he threw that touchdown against the Bengals, that would be one of the top 5 highlights for the Cincinnati Bengals in history. You know, even if they lost, that would have been a highlight.
Yeah. I mean, Vontaze Burfict knocking out Antonio Brown is a highlight for the Bengals.
Antonio Brown faked that one. He was not knocked out. Everybody could do the Undertaker eye roll twice. I think he was faking it. He needed to win a Grammy, I think is what they said, right? A Grammy? Not Oscar or Emmy. A Grammy.
You know, everybody busts on Belichick and the Patriots for cheating. The Steelers are the biggest fucking cheaters in the goddamn NFL.
Yes.
You wonder why we can't get gassed.
I mean, what? I mean, so what if they pioneered steroid use in the 70s? Who cares?
You know,
I mean,
But your own head coach tripped a fucking player running down the sideline. For fuck's sake.
wait a minute, though. Time out.
he missed.
Doug can't complain because what does he always say with the Patriots? If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right?
That's right. No, they're not cheating. I don't know what you're talking about.
And more importantly here, I mean, we're talking about 2 sad sack teams that between the 2 of them, like the best thing they can claim is a playoff win over the Steelers this year.
Hey,
like
we're
neither
2-0.
one of those teams that can
We're 2-0
a
against
victory
the
like
Steelers.
that.
We're on a streak.
Two
We're undefeated.
sad sack teams that they couldn't claim a playoff victory over the Steelers since like ever, I think. Like so.
The only other bragging rights we have are like from 1945 to 1949.
Yeah. the greatness of Paul Brown and Otto Graham.
Even Jim Brown quit to go acting, and he sucked at acting.
Yeah.
The greatest thing going for the Bengals right now is our quarterback got injured. Yay!
Thank God, it saved his life.
You know what's sad? Like Joe Burrow is the real deal.
Yeah.
Like he scares me.
He is.
But he scares me when he goes to some other team because the Bengals will never put an offensive line around him.
No. They're going to draft an offensive lineman at number 5 or a wide receiver because that's what they need is a wide receiver because those are not a dime a dozen in this league. No. Don't worry about the offensive lineman.
Yeah. The Steelers only picked them up in the 4th round. You know.
So Sean,
they're going to take an offensive lineman who didn't play this year.
You know,
you can't hold that against an offensive lineman. If somebody opted out for COVID, I'm not going to hold that against them.
Right. But didn't Achilles Smith only play 1 year? I mean, how'd that work out?
Right.
Hey. So welcome, everyone, to Football Talk. Sean's here from Pittsburgh Nerd.
Yeah.
Sean, you're not on camera. That's okay if you don't want to be. I'm just letting you know that, unlike Besodic Geek.
I'm not on camera?
No.
No, I should be.
No, you got to hit the camera at the bottom.
Where?
We're on Skype. We're on. What is it with you Pittsburgh people?
Tap it into your Twitch feed.
Hey, there's Sean.
It's kind of looking. It's kind of like looking at.
And he froze up. The camera caused him to freeze up.
Not enough bandwidth in Pittsburgh.
I'm kind of looking at like 2 Jeffs in the corner. It kind of looks like 2 Jeffs. The goatee, the beard. I like it. Very sexy man. Sean, are you there? No? Okay. Well, Sean will come back. X out, Sean.
No.
Come on back. Nope, still there. Okay, good podcasting here. Anyways, we got number 1 fan Doug here to talk Disney. Doug, you ready to talk some Disney?
What are we talking?
We'll get to it.
Okay.
Let's see here. Hold on. Let me try to get Sean back in here while you do it. Talk amongst yourselves. Everyone talk. Got anything going on?
I just want to mention this Friday is the 20th anniversary of the release of Josie and the Pussycats.
On purpose?
Oh my God, it's been 20 years. Jeez, make me feel old.
The movie?
Still a great movie. Still
Yes,
one of
the
the
movie.
best movies ever.
Okay.
If not the best movie ever.
Will you be doing a special live podcast about it on Friday?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Doug, are you excited? Disney is probably going to be reopening soon in California. You excited?
I don't care. I don't go there.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Doug, are you excited about your fellow Disney guests who piss away $1,500 to get kicked out of the park and arrested almost immediately?
I believe it was $15,000.
$15,000.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, okay.
That's even worse.
You know what? If you're not going to wear a mask, good. If they tell you have to wear a mask and you choose not to, that's on you.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to wear a mask, that's your choice. Fine, whatever. Unless
Right.
it's required by the establishment. It's kind of like wearing a T-shirt or shoes. If they're telling you you have to wear shirts and shoes, fucking wear a shirt and shoe. It's not going to hurt.
Yep.
My God. Sean's
Do I have
back.
to wear shirts and shoes on this podcast?
No. Pants are optional. Pants are optional.
Well, I'm not wearing those, but I can take my shirt off while we're at it. That's what I'm saying.
I'll be honest, as hairy as you are, Jeff, I wouldn't notice the difference.
Well, it's not this white. I mean, I know I'm graying and all, but
Well, it is the winter time. You haven't been out sunbathing yet, so I know that.
I haven't been out sunbathing in 40 some odd years. So,
Sean, I'm glad that somebody in Pittsburgh knows how to work a camera. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but my computer's telling me that there's no internet, but yet my phone is picking up the Wi-Fi just fine. So,
Well, if you want,
I will go.
I can call you back if you don't want to do a camera just to be safe, because I don't know how things work in Pittsburgh here.
No, it's this because it's saying there's no internet. So I've got a gizmo. I'm going to hook up here, and
Okay.
I'll make this work. Don't worry, boys.
Okay. It's been 7 years in the making, Sean. It's been 7 years.
Yes, it is. It's been a long, long time.
I came on your show about 6 months ago, and you know what? You invited me on instead of Blake, Jeff, Brian, or Jim because I am the captain of the ship here, like you are the captain of your ship over there. So I appreciate that. One captain to the other.
If you're talking like Skipper from Gilligan's Island, I completely agree.
Maybe.
does that make me the Gilligan?
You're more.
That's the intern.
Yeah. I'll be Alan Hale Jr. I'll be Alan Hale.
It doesn't matter whether you're the skipper from Gilligan's Island or if you're the captain of the Love Boat. You are the man in command, and that's all that matters.
That's right. We don't get the respect we deserve.
Is that next week's top five boat captains?
Oh, I like that.
That's nice.
I like that. I don't know any after the Love Boat.
Captain Phillips.
Captain Steubing.
Captain Phillips was awful. He got kidnapped. That wasn't a good captain.
Okay, the guy who is the captain now.
Yeah,
I would
that guy.
I'll have to find out his name.
Wait a minute. His head got blown off.
But in the brief time he was captain.
Yeah.
He was a good captain. He knew what to do. Before we get into everything here, I forgot to put this on the News of the Geek since intern Hackney's not here. And intern Gary we couldn't get a hold of. Can we talk
Because
about...
he's no longer with the show.
Allegedly.
Well, you lost the fax number.
That's right. Can we talk about Paul Pierce, future NBA Hall of Famer, ESPN analyst, I guess, if ESPN's a thing.
Not anymore.
He was fired.
Living his best life.
Yep. He was fired by ESPN after live streaming a drunken poker
just playing
game.
some poker, some innocent poker.
A drunken poker game with twerking strippers on his Instagram live account. Let's see here. Where is it? Let me go here.
So what's the fireable offense?
Well,
I'm not sure.
I haven't heard it yet.
You haven't heard about this yet?
Well, no, I've heard about the incident. I'm just saying I'm still not quite sure why he was fired, because to me this sounds like a good time.
Well, it does sound like a good time. He invites a stripper in the comments over saying she could be making some money. He appears to be drinking booze out of a small medicine cup. For 2 minutes or so, he takes time to shout out the Jewish people. on Shabbat. Is that it? Shabbat? Is that how you call it?
Shabbat.
Shabbat?
Shabbat.
Yeah.
The Shabbat, yeah.
He says the Shabbat is popping. That's a quote. And says that he would love to be on Shabbat. Okay.
Shabbat was the name of the stripper that was in the background, right?
When someone mentions COVID-19, he says that he already got vaccinated. And then, in his good deed for the day, he recommends everyone get the shot. I have nothing wrong with that. That's good messaging.
It sounded like a public service announcement. What's wrong?
Yeah.
The issue is he did request one of his ESPN coworkers to be there. He was asking for if she was there. She was not. So he basically called her out on it.
Yeah, I like. Where's Rachel Nichols was trending on that.
Yeah.
Again, I would have shouted her out too. I get this.
They didn't say why he got fired, but he did get fired. So yeah.
Now, didn't they keep Mike Tirico around after he allegedly was sexually harassing a woman?
Fuck that guy. Fuck that Mike Tirico piece of shit.
Different time, I understand, but
No, fuck him. That asshole. That's not even allegedly.
So tell us how you really feel.
No. Now the new thing is that's trending on Twitter is hashtag Let Paul Party. To let Paul get his job back.
But what part was fireable?
Well, they said he was high as a kite as well. They said it's
I thought it.
Whoa.
I thought it's because maybe he was competing with World Series of Poker, and they had to let him go because of that.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He's high.
Yeah.
So he's
high on life, obviously. He's playing poker. He's got strippers. Come on.
The network.
He's got his COVID vaccine. Come on.
All
right, Doug, you want to speak?
All
right, go ahead.
I know Brian's pain now, but the network that employs Bill Walton is going to fire somebody for being high.
Well, yes. He is an analyst on the show The Jump and the pregame show NBA Countdown. He went by the nickname The Truth, and I guess he was showing the truth. Let's see here. He said, hashtag truth shall set me free. He's got bigger things coming to him. He wrote, I can't lose even when I lose. I'm winning. It's Charlie Sheen.
Wow. Didn't I read somewhere it's the highest ratings ESPN's had for the past 2 years?
The Instagram live post.
Yeah, Instagram live feed.
Let's see here. They did not say why. It just ended its working relationship with Pierce Monday. So they did not say why. I would say it's a morals clause, the morality clause that they all have is what I'm guessing. So they evoked it.
I'm thinking the bigger question is ESPN racist?
Down the hall. Here we go.
Sorry.
Here we go.
Save that for Woke Center.
Hey, just keep an update. Bottom of the sixth, the Reds are beating the Pirates 12-0.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow, it was 7-0 when I turned it off to start this. So.
Wow.
Sean, are you a Pittsburgh Pirates fan?
Suck. I am. I spent 20 years from 1993 to I don't know when 20 years of going to watch bad baseball.
2013 for those doing math.
Thank you. It was beyond me. I too much tap water.
Well, they had a little spark there, and then they decided to go back to being the lowest paid franchise salary in baseball.
And trust me, when they had that little spark, they were still one of the lowest paid teams in baseball.
Exactly.
So it's not like it's like the one franchise. It's like, okay, you got the Steelers, one of the gold standards of the NFL. You've got the Penguins, one of the gold standards of the NHL, and you get the Pirates.
Am I going to have to go Zoom meeting here and say, if you're not presenting, please mute your mic?
Who's on?
Who's banging shit in the background? Who's building shit?
That might be my daughter walking around upstairs. I feel like that.
Could you tell Scab Randall to calm down over there?
I mean, I'm ready to put my cat down if he starts meowing too loud. So, I will put him down in a heartbeat for this podcast.
No, you're absolutely right. The Rooneys with the Pittsburgh Steelers, very enviable management. A family that's running an NFL franchise very efficiently and effectively. So any hate that I have for the Steelers is really out of respect because they've always done things right and they've always done it in a classy way, except for when they cheat on the field because of the dirty bastards they have playing for them. But regardless of that, you're right. The Penguins do very well. If you had an NBA franchise, I'm probably sure it would do all right. Yeah, but why the Pirates are so horrible in Major League Baseball? Because all the flyover states, all the flyover teams, because there's no cap in MLB. The rich just get richer. The Dodgers just buy whoever they want. The New York teams buy whoever they want. The Yankees, they don't even develop anybody. They just buy people. And that's basically what it comes down to. So you got like Indians, you got Reds, you got
those damn
Pirates,
Yankees.
Twins,
They didn't get Aaron
do their
Judge
little window of opportunity. That's it, man.
I mean, they didn't develop Derek Jeter. I mean, none of those guys. I'm with you. I'm with you, Blake.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
Mariano
true. They didn't
Rivera.
develop A-Rod.
Yeah, those Yankees.
I mean, there is a difference. I mean, I do think the economy of baseball is convoluted, but still, when Bob Nutting is like saying, like, do we have to spend $40 million? Can we spend less than that? I mean, that's the Pirate way.
That's true. And he must have been studying at the Mike Brown School of Professional Teams Management.
In his defense, he did have a Groupon coupon. So he was able to save some money on the payroll. So it was buy one, get 7 free. So it was kind of a nice deal. I will say you guys have one of the nicest stadiums I've ever been to. I love PNC Ballpark.
Yes,
PNC.
that's a great ballpark.
100% agree.
I mean, that's the problem. Like, people go to Pirate games for 3 reasons. 1 is the ballpark. 2 is bobblehead night. And 3 are fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
So they throw 4 or 5 bobble nights out there.
You forgot number 4, and that was the visiting team fans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the other thing. Yeah. But I mean, they'll draw between 10 to 20,000 people a game. They'll make money, and Bob Nutting's happy.
I will say that you did have one of my favorite catchers of all time. I'm a huge catching fan. Jason Kendall. I got his bobblehead one night that I was there.
I thought you meant Don Slott.
Fuck Don Slott. No, that guy couldn't move. Jason Kendall. He's up there with Johnny Bench and Pudge Rodriguez for me as my top 3 favorites. But yeah, I went there many years ago and they had a Jason Kendall bobblehead night. The funny part is we went in, they had like pallets of these bobbleheads. We left, and they still had pallets of bobbleheads that we had left.
Yeah.
But it's great.
Like, 5,000 fans get a bobblehead. Well, when you only draw 15, you get 5,000 left to sell on the gift shop.
Yeah.
I have a question, Jason. By the time you were born, wasn't Johnny Bench playing third base?
83 is when he retired. Yeah. So.
I think he was still catching when Jason was born.
Yeah, suck on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Go back to
when
your
Jason
Baltimore
was
team.
able to know what was going on, he was already retired. But
yeah, I mean, like, Bill Mazeroski was technically still a Pirate when I was born.
What about Manny Sanguian? What about him?
Smiling Manny.
Yeah.
One of the best guys I ever met.
we met Manny when we were there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Manny has his little hut down there.
Barbecue.
Has his barbecue. Sits down there and tells tales.
Does he get paid to be there, or does he just show up and decides to sign autographs every game?
Well, I think it's like a legit, like, they rent him that space.
Oh, okay. For his barbecue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's really not part of the stadium proper.
Mm-hmm.
It's like on the outskirts, like in that behind, like, center field and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like not really part of the stadium like the other concessions are. So I think he struck a deal with them, and they're like, yeah, sure, what the hell? You're Manny Sanguian.
Go ahead, show up.
It's like the Outback Steakhouse that's, attached to, but not really the stadium. I don't know.
Well, that's no longer there. The
What?
Outback
Oh,
Steakhouse
it's
is
gone?
gone.
Wow.
Oh.
That is now the Pirates Hall of Fame, if I recall correctly.
Oh, so Outback Steakhouse
Oh.
has more business. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff and I spent many hours in that Outback Steakhouse because we got to the ballpark at like 4:30 one day, and we're like, oh,
Many hours, like an hour and a half?
3 hours until the game started.
Well, yeah, we got there before they opened the gates, and we're like, oh, they don't open the gates early? The restaurant's open. Let's go in there.
What's sad is that side of town, like when you were probably there was probably a ton of parking everywhere. Well, now all that parking is gone, and they've put in like an amphitheater. That's where Bettis's restaurant is. There's all sorts of businesses in that area now.
Freedom
That's
centers.
been overdeveloped. Yeah, it's been overdeveloped to a point that there is no place to park.
Hmm. I remember
Well, we walked from the hotel anyway. So.
We did. We stayed at the Renaissance. We will be back hopefully next year if everybody wears masks and we get COVID under control here.
Yeah.
We'll be back. It was only 20 years ago when we were there last.
I got 3 kids, Jeff. I'm ready to get out. Let's go. What do we got?
Well, that's what's funny. Like, I don't know if you guys think of it this way with your stadiums, but like when Three River Stadium was torn down, it was 26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
This year's a 20 years for Heinz Field and PNC Park. And, like, I still think of them as the new stadiums.
Yeah.
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 And
There's
I
been
don't
an entire generation of people that only know those stadiums.
right. And more importantly, like unlike Three River Stadium, which was an ashtray, I don't want to see these torn down. Both of these are really nice.
Real quick here, so we don't alienate our non-sports fans here. Sean, you are a big, we're going to transition here. You're a big Godzilla fan, right?
Yes, I have multiple Godzillas right here.
Ooh.
There's are multiple Godzillas.
Yes.
Did you?
So I'm a big.
Did you get to watch Godzilla versus Kong?
I actually went to a theater and saw it in IMAX.
Oh, okay. Did that make the plot better?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
Did you care about the plot?
Blake?
Yeah. Here's the thing, Jason.
Yes.
If you're going to watch a Godzilla movie of any type,
Mm-hmm.
who cares what the plot is? I am there for monster on monster violence.
I agree. You can read my review at nerdly.co.uk. And I agree, but when the plot with Millie Brown, whatever her name is, that subplot was quite possibly one of the worst subplots I've ever saw. It was bad. Like, I get what they were trying to do, but it did not pull off. And, I mean, they had a podcaster that was athletic trying to get through secret security. No, that's not happening. He wasn't athletic, but he was able to get through security. No.
The opening pre-credit scene with the Kong handler chick talking about Alpha Titans, that's the only time they needed people in the damn movie.
I concur. Like, Kong's story made more sense. Like, I didn't need him to say anything. I was like, oh, okay, this is where his people are from. He's a king. There's his weapon to kill Godzilla. Like, it all made sense. I didn't need any sort of exposition
Correct.
from anybody.
Correct. Like I said, I still enjoyed it. It was my least favorite of the four new ones. I think I like King of Monsters a little bit better the more I saw it. I saw that last week with my son. We rewatched it. I still like Skull Island the best. I really do like Skull Island the best. I thought I had the best cast. I thought I had the best, not story per se, but best overall theme in that. So,
I will say, I think.
Blake, is that your microphone?
No.
Because I'm looking at everybody else. Nobody's like fiddling with stuff.
I'm not even
I'm hearing
touching anything.
Somebody's fiddling.
anyway, Sean, what was that?
Somebody's making crafts.
Well, you put that shit down.
But I wanted to make my Godzilla Pog.
Yeah.
They're back.
Godzilla's back in Pog form.
Pog
I
form.
thought I can't see anything because I got my phone turned off. I thought Sean from Pittsburgh Nerd was playing with his Godzillas, and that was making the clacking noises.
No.
Maybe.
No, maybe.
Wow, that was a great Jason impersonation.
Hey.
I think the first Godzilla movie is probably the worst of the four.
Okay.
Well, because like you got a grand total of 5 minutes of monster on monster violence.
I will agree with you on that. Okay.
You know, I thought Kong Skull Island is a superior movie. I think it's the best of the four. I agree with you there. Plus, I just get batshit crazy Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, you can't ever go wrong there. And I like King of the Monsters a lot, and I think this comes in like a distant third from those two.
I think we'll have to. That's the only one we have not seen with my oldest son is Godzilla, the first one, because it wasn't on HBO Max. It is now. So we're going to go back. We started with Skull Island and King of the Monsters, and then obviously Godzilla versus Kong. Yeah. He said the same thing. He liked it. He likes Skull Island. He's 11. He likes that one the best still. And then I think he liked King of the Monsters, and then he liked this one. It's not horrible, but there were some glaring issues. Blake, you watched it. You loved it, right?
No.
Come on, tell me what you thought. He had an axe. He had a fucking axe.
I will tell you, as a movie and a plot, it was horrible. But you're right. The monster on monster fighting with the computer graphic simulation, the CGI, it was pretty good. I'm still having a problem accepting the fact that Kong was as big as Godzilla, and because we all know that's wrong. But anyways, it just does a lot of things with the plot, like Kong on a flatbed ship streamer and the jumping on ships. It's so fucking stupid. I mean, I understand, halt your disbelief for the movies and stuff, but sometimes it just goes a little too far. Now the action sequences and the fighting, that was all pretty cool. I'm not going to argue that, but everything else, just get rid of it. If all you want is monster on monster, I've CGI, AEW wrestling, and go with that.
I did think it would have been better. I put this in my review on nerdly.co.uk. That I thought it would have been better if they got to Hollow Earth and they walked to Kong's cave. Like you would have had more time.
The whole Hollow Earth thing was stupid.
I didn't mind that.
I'm telling you what, I will watch it again with the MST3K crew because that'll improve the movie overall.
I don't disagree with you. I just thought if they did like more Jurassic Park type thing, like they were walking to, like their ship landed, they couldn't get to the cave for some reason, and they walked to it, and you saw more monsters in that way. They teased a lot, and I thought that would have been better.
When he's sitting on his throne, giving the old homage to Conan the Barbarian pose, I was just like, oh god, this is stupid.
Yeah, I like.
It's like, oh my god, he has a battle axe.
The battle axe was awesome. Doug, did you watch this?
Sure.
No, I did not.
Do you have HBO Max?
No, I do not.
Oh.
It's not a Disney product. I'm not surprised.
Well, I may, because I have 3 months free of HBO. I think I can get HBO Max from there.
Okay,
but I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that because there's not a damn thing on HBO.
West Wing, The West Wing.
On HBO?
HBO Max.
No, I'm talking about just HBO.
No, I wouldn't pay for HBO.
That's what HBO is showing. Yeah.
No, I would never pay for that. I'm paying for HBO Max.
The what I've watched in my 3 months is almost up. What I've watched is Cats.
Butthole edition or
no, non-butthole.
Non-butthole edition. Okay.
Rock of Ages.
Oh.
Is that any good? I mean,
I like the music. My wife hated it. It's cheesy. So no, it's not good. But okay. But Julianne Hough is pretty hot. So, and I watched Beverly Hills Cop 2. So that's what I've watched.
Oh, that's not even the good one. The third one's the good one. Come on.
A third one.
Third one. My God.
So what you're saying, Doug, is you're putting it to very good use with high quality films.
Yes. Oh, without a doubt.
Clearly.
You know what? Like I said, it's no Disney Plus, because what is Disney Plus? That's the best. That's the top of the line.
Oh, without a doubt.
Top of the line. I mean, it has Falcon, Winter Soldier, Marvel. Loki looks good. Loki looks really damn good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has that Scarlet Witch that was only in one good thing, WandaVision, but it was good. Horrible character.
Wrong.
Horrible character.
Best character in the MCU.
Oh, look at that red fireworks. Whee! I'm Jubilee's cousin.
You don't even understand how the powers work. How can you be critical when you don't know what's going on?
I understand.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
you don't
I do.
understand.
I do.
You don't. You don't.
So who's your favorite then?
Of the Marvel characters?
Yeah.
It's always Captain America.
Oh, okay.
Not only is he awesome, he has a
See,
more...
Jason likes the most boring characters in all the comic
He has
universe.
the highest...
Cyclops is my favorite X-Man. No, Cyclops isn't anybody. Cyclops isn't his own parents' favorite X-Man. Jeez.
Well, to his credit, he does have a brother that's a mutant, too. So, come on. Calm down. No, Captain America, he has the moral high ground. And his abs are yummy. I mean, look at his fucking abs. I mean, those, yum. Yeah.
So when have you ever cared about the moral high ground?
Well, I like it in my heroes. Not in me, but in heroes, I like it. And in my ESPN analysts like Paul Pierce. I mean, I like that. But no, I love Captain America. I always have. Like, of the Avengers, like the main ones, Hawkeye. I like Hawkeye. But all he is a man with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, I'm about to say you're making fun of other characters for being boring, even though I do like Hawkeye. I mean, come on. It's a guy who has a bow and arrow.
Okay, but does he turn out to be Taskmaster in the Black Widow movie?
I hope he does.
Yeah.
No?
It takes place between Civil War and the next one, Avengers Infinity.
Oh, does it?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought... okay. I thought it was before she became good, and
I was hoping that because if it took place before that, I would have said yes. That could be Clint Barton and Hawkeye. But yeah, when they said it takes place between Civil War and Avengers Infinity War, is that the first one? Yeah.
First.
Yeah. So
Exactly. I heard Donnie Jr. has a cameo in this.
Really?
Yeah. Like they got him back for like a scene or something.
Okay. I just, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I ordered some toys for my kid.
For my kid.
Yeah.
I ordered Taskmaster, the 12-inch figure.
Like those toys I have behind me.
Yeah. So my kids really like the 12-inch action figures. My 4-year-old does. And, every so often one shows up from Amazon. And Taskmaster, I was online, and I was like, oh, my God, they have the Black Widow figures out finally, after a year delayed. And I was like, they got fucking Taskmaster, the 12-inch one. So I ordered it, and we got it. And my daughter goes, what did you order, Dad, this time? And then I opened it up, and I was like, oh, I got it for my youngest. And my wife's like, no, you didn't. Just stop. And then I sent a message to Doug, and Doug goes, man, your kids are spoiled. That's not helping. Because my wife says the same thing. Like, stop it.
Since you want superhero stuff,
yeah.
We had one of my nieces over here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my favorite niece because, unlike other nieces I have, she doesn't hate the Muppets.
She does hate them. My daughter does hate the Muppets.
but she got a Burger King kids meal,
mm-hmm.
and they have DC.
Wow.
I guess Justice League toys.
It's kind of fuzzy because of your background.
Oh, okay.
That's the Flash. I like it.
I thought it was the Noid. So
Noid. There it is.
Unfortunately, you would have to eat Burger King to get that, right?
Well, yeah, there's that.
Nothing wrong with Burger King.
There's nothing right with it either, Jeff. Let's be real.
If your options are Burger King or McDonald's, there's a lot right with Burger King.
I do enjoy a good Burger King burger now and again.
I would like to try the veggie burger that they have, the veggie Whopper, just to see how it is, the plant one.
I've never been able to actually pull the trigger on trying it.
Me too.
I don't want to pay money to find out I don't like it.
Right.
Yeah.
I ordered 2 burgers. One I know I'm going to like, and then that.
I'll take a regular
Because if I
Whopper.
just order the veggie burger, and I don't like it, I'm just throwing it away and then like, fuck, because I don't have anything to eat.
I think it tastes like kale, so just be careful of that. Just be
Well,
careful.
see, I've never tried kale. I mean,
Don't try taking kale; it's awful.
Now, when I was in Omaha last week, I did eat in preparation for King Kong versus Godzilla. I did eat at King Kong Burger.
Did you eat there?
Yes, I did.
How was it?
It's got a great aesthetic setup, and my dad and I ordered a single King Kong burger. The single, they got single, double, triple, and I'm glad I didn't opt for the double because I almost ordered a double, and that burger was as big as my head.
Was it really?
Yeah, I got Konged.
wow, that's impressive. No, I mean, that's impressive. You went to someplace like that, Blake. But I mean, you're in the Midwest. Did you enjoy some barbecue?
No.
What?
I don't think Nebraska is known for barbecue.
I understand, but the Midwest in general, like Nebraska's not known for great barbecue, but still, I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, if I want a good barbecue, I'll go here in Cincinnati where I want to go eat.
How much was your giant Kong burger?
$9.99.
No. Okay.
Yeah, that's
And
respectable.
that thing was huge.
Is there
It
egg on
eventually
it?
led to a King Kong shit too.
Jeff has a point. Did it have an egg on it?
No eggs. We don't put
Oh.
eggs on burgers.
I like a good egg on a burger and a good pineapple on a burger.
If you're feeling Euro, go ahead.
I'm very classy, Blake. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of classy, we had Twitter poll of the week this week. Find us at Bad Ideas Podcast.
We're not going to talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier.
We can. Give me a second. Let me do the poll of the week first, Blake, and then we'll go back to your Falcon.
Who cares about polls?
Oh, strippers do.
Polish?
Strippers. How do you feel? How do you feel about
Paul
April
Pierce
Fool's
is
Day?
True.
Yeah, Paul Pierce. Yeah.
Paul Pierce.
How do you feel about April Fool's Day? It's stupid. Why does it exist? It's awful, and I hate people. Those were your options.
Was
Yeah,
that
nice
the fifth
set of
option where you had to actually put my name in the comments, Jason?
No, he didn't even give us a fifth option.
In last place, 7%. It's awful. In third place, 14%. Why does it exist? I agree with you. I agree. 21% said it's stupid. Appreciate that. And 58% said I hate people. So I appreciate all those comments. I feel like that's all that describes April Fool's Day perfectly. That fucking holiday.
The other thing is
I
don't
like
release any big news headlines on April Fool's Day because nobody will believe it. Like what was it? The North Carolina basketball
Roy
coach
Williams?
retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, he announced it on April Fool's Day, and it was real. Or I may get the wrong coach, but you know what I'm talking about.
Comic
It
book.
was Roy Williams.
Yeah.
It was Roy Williams.
Comicbookmovie.com. They did Warner Brothers has agreed to release let Snyder do his Snyderverse. I'm like, and people were commenting, and I'm like, stop it. It's not true. Stop it. It's not happening. It's April Fool's, you fuckers. Nobody's releasing the Snyderverse. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the Space Jam 2 trailer from LeBron James. I'm like, yeah, this is a great April Fool's. Who the hell made this movie?
That's real.
It's real. It's real.
Oh, it's horrible.
They canceled
I
Pepe
know
Le
it.
Pew.
I know it's real. It's my attempt at a bad joke.
But speaking of the Snyderverse, I finally did watch the Justice League Snyder cut.
And
Soak in the greatness of it.
It didn't suck.
Okay.
Like the Whedon cut sucked. It was one of the worst movies I'd ever seen. This one was, granted, I watched it in pieces, so it didn't feel like as long as if I watched it all at once. And what I want to know is, what movie director in this day and age has a great action movie that he wants to put in the 3-4 aspect ratio?
with the bars on the side.
4-3 or 3-4?
Whichever. However it's described.
The one that's not
As
HD.
in, like, their
widescreen.
movie screens aren't There's no movie screens in the world in that dimension.
IMAX is.
IMAX is wider, isn't it?
But it's in that format. Like I remember on my copy of The Dark Knight. You can watch it in the widescreen format, or the scenes that were in IMAX, because the entire movie wasn't, but the scenes that are in IMAX, you can watch it and it'll shrink down to the 3:4 format.
Now, is it 3:4 or is it scope and? No, I didn't. I mean, because there's flat and scope are the two main types in the cinemas, and 3:4 is even smaller than all of those.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's like I remember with that movie on the DVD, it did that. And at first, I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I realized after doing some research that that's in that format.
He spent the first 30 minutes of the movie trying to fix the input. Like, what input fucked up?
Well, I did it with the Snyder Cut. Like, me and Nancy were watching it, and we're both like, is this going to expand at some point? and finally we had to look it up, and we're like, oh, no, this is how it's supposed to look. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I looked up and just caught something out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, wait, what was that? So I had to rewind and that started over or whatnot. And finally, I'm like, to preserve his original ideas for the movie, it is being shown. And I'm like, fuck it, I hate it already.
But
so it got off to a bad start.
I'm in chapter 4 still. I'm getting yelled at by podcasters because I'm supposed to go on their shows talking about it, and I was like, I guess I should finish this, huh?
Yeah, I
read the Cliff Note version.
I did not like Ezra Miller's performance of the Flash. I didn't like that at all, and it actually made it even creepier. The scene where he saves, I'm assuming that's supposed to be Iris West or whoever it is.
Yes.
Like when he is like stroking her face in slow motion while she's trying to save her life, I'm like, oh, that's disturbing.
That was creepy. I will say that was a very creepy moment. And he had dirty feet, like at that point, because he ran fast. I don't like dirty feet. That's nasty. So that took me out of the scene.
It's not as creepy as the Peeping Tom Superman and Superman Returns.
I'm watching you,
That's
Lois. Lois.
Yeah.
I'm still here, Lois.
But
okay, I have a question about though. Obviously, you're not going to release a 4-hour movie. So since you watched it all, could they have divided it into 2 separate movies? And would one half be horrible and the other half just be eh?
I don't think it would. It would work well as a television serial of a 4 or 6-part miniseries, but or they probably could have removed about an hour worth of stuff and still. I think that there were some stuff in there they didn't have to have that still would have worked.
Mm-hmm.
The good news is, Jason, I know you haven't got there yet, but I'll let you know.
Okay.
That Russian family at the end is gone. Nowhere in there.
Oh, thank God. That Russian family. That was awful. And the Whedon cut. Ugh.
I will say this. I honestly think Schneider would have released it as a 4-hour movie with an intermission.
Oh.
I think if Schneider had his way...
If he had his way, the studio wouldn't have let him have his way on that.
No, that's where the fight began, and why Wheaton was brought in to cut it and make it a 2-hour movie. But I think if Zack Snyder could have had his way, he would have released it as a 4-hour movie with a 15-minute intermission in it.
I'm still saying Invincible, the cartoon series, is a better Justice League movie than the movie Justice League. I'm just saying that right off the bat. Right now. I will have to. I'm eventually going to get through it. Ugh. Blake, speaking of superheroes, go ahead. What did you think?
Wait. Which will you get through first? Pompeii or Justice League?
Justice League.
Jessica Jones, Pompeii, or Justice League?
Justice League. Pompeii, I'm waiting for Jeff to come back to my house.
You will not let me come to your house.
In a couple weeks, we're going to be vaccinated, buddy. And then I'm going to give you a big old hug.
You can still keep your distance there. I mean, we can still keep 6 feet away.
Well,
I get my second shot Friday where you live, so I'll be over that morning.
I get it next Thursday.
I get mine the day after you.
Yeah, so by the end of April, we'll be fine. We'll be able to hug. Everyone's going to be hugging. Doug, you're not allowed in my house because my daughter doesn't like you now since she's not your favorite niece anymore. So,
she doesn't like the Muppets. She doesn't like them. I've lost all respect for her.
But
wait till I see her again.
She loves the movie The Postman in honor of you. So
okay. Well, all right.
You showed her The Postman.
Well,
God no. What's that, Sean?
Look, I kicked my niece to the curb when she put down Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. So I'm right there with Doug. I get it. When she dissed the Dark Crystal, I disowned her.
My daughter got good got back up on the list today because she's the only one that finished Good Burger, the Keenan and Kel film. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? So. My 4-year-old is now running around the house saying that line. My 11-year-old said, I don't get the strawberry jacuzzi joke. I was like, what? It's a strawberry shake.
Does he know what a jacuzzi is?
Yeah, he knows what a jacuzzi is. He's like, I still don't get it. I was like, the hot tub? Yeah, I don't get it. He's in it. Never mind, forget it. Get out. So my daughter finished it, so... Blake, Good Burger is better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but please tell us your thoughts on it.
I'm enjoying it. It is pretty funny. I do like the Easter egg stuff, and once again with all the references that they put into the Marvel. I'm not the comic book aficionado on this podcast, obviously. That's Jason and Jeff, but the fact that I read all about all the Easter eggs and they're talking about all these throwbacks and references to all these Marvel comics in the past, and same thing with WandaVision. And I sit there and I go, it's really refreshing to have TV series that are well written, and they're written by, people who obviously care about the product and the history of the characters, and can actually pay homage to the actual comic books in the past, as they did with the smiling tiger joke, on Sam, and that Zemo plays on him, and how that's referenced to an actual character, wink, nod, wink, wink, character in the past, Marvel. Exactly. It's so refreshing to have some good writing like that, but it helps when you have a definite beginning and end for 9 episode series. You can do that kind of fun stuff. 6 episodes. But I do have a question, and what intrigues me the most at the end is Agent 13. Is she really the renegade, unpardoned person, or is she still secret agent, or is she in cahoots with the power broker, or is she the power broker? Because after she takes him to go see the lab tech that developed the serum off of Black Captain America, obviously, she hops in that car. She's like, well, we got a problem. She's like, well, actually, we got a couple problems, and I'm like, oh yeah. So it's interesting. Is she a turncoat, or are you made to think she's a turncoat?
They're making you think she's a turncoat, but I'd say I'm 95% confident she's just working undercover for the government, and she can't give up her undercover role is what's going on.
Because she's more valuable, doing what she's doing now as an unpardoned renegade in Hightown. So, Blake, the interesting thing is you're talking about the detail with Marvel and everything. Did you see the thing? Yeah, you're reading about the WandaVision and in this series too, and yeah. Well, did you see the details online that they were showing that in the museum? There's a photo of Steve Rogers holding a shield, like it's from Captain America: The First Avenger. Okay. Yeah. And he's holding a shield, and like there's people around him. And I can't remember the exact scene. Well,
somebody that photo is in the museum that they put the shield in at the beginning of the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier. If you go back to the movie, there's actually a photographer taking a photo of that in the movie.
Yeah.
So they just lined it up like, yep, there is somebody there taking a photo, and then we're going to use that 10 years later in a photo in the museum. It's like, that's impressive.
I mean, that takes somebody, thinking this long term. What are the brothers thinking long term and tying all this together, and just waiting for that awesome slow play to come out. 10, 15 years later, and then just go, that's fucking right. It's awesome.
You wonder how many times they go through those films and go, hey, we had a photographer in that scene. Let's put that in there now. No, it's impressive, like I said. And I love Falcon. I really do. I've always been a big fan. So
It's no Scarlet Witch.
Falcon's better. He's got a better thing.
Just a backpack with wings.
Stop it. Sean?
And a cool drone.
I never asked you, where can we find you at first? Let's get Pittsburgh Nerd in here. Give some promo time here. Where can we find you?
Pittsburgh, obviously.
That's right.
Well, we're downtown in that.
Hanging out at Duquesne University outside the student, hall.
Yeah. I'm up at the Cathedral Learning in Oakland. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook. We're just search Pittsburgh Nerd, and we're on most podcatchers. Just search Pittsburgh Nerd. We're very, very easy to find.
Okay. We're running. We're going to say the listener feedback this week was Sean being on the show. Sean and Doug. There you go. We're going to say that.
Well, we have to hear Doug's question, or Doug will complain.
Okay, Doug, you get the only listener feedback this week.
He can complain and listener feedback next week.
Don't forget to unmute yourself, Doug.
Yeah.
I was even going to do my bomb listener feedback.
Go ahead.
Brought to you by Sidney Crosby's acting skills.
Poor Sid. Sid the kid.
You see the horrible acting job he sold, and he actually did get the penalty. The guy got 2 minors, man. For a high stick, for a phantom high stick call.
Can you, if somebody in the mid-30s, early 30s, can you call him Sid the Kid anymore? That's I think there's an age requirement, right?
Don't they still call Griffey Jr. the Kid?
Look, if you feel like Mario Lemieux could still step on the ice and dominate the league, which I think he could, then yeah, you can still call Sid the Kid.
Okay. I think Mario Lemieux, I think is his name, not Lemieux. I think Mario Lemieux could still dominate the lead. Him and you put him with his cousin Claude Lemieux. That would be a heck of a lineup right there. And Ulf Samuelsson, put him in there too. He was awesome in NHL '95.
You know who I'd like the high stick? Paulina Gretzky.
Down the hall.
Wow.
My personal favorite guy, the buddy. He comes to me at a bar and he's like, I was on the south side, me and my girl, and she's all about that Jigger Jagger guy down there.
Jigger Jagger. It's all about that Jägermeister guy.
Who? Yeah, Jigger Jagger, the guy who plays for the Penguins. Jaromir Jagr?
Is your buddy from Boston?
No.
Just in Pittsburgh?
Yeah. He was just drunk.
Allegedly.
Oh no, it's not a good day for your Pittsburgh sports. I see that the Penguins are losing 6-2 to the Rangers.
Oh, that's...
And Roethlisberger just got arrested. Oh, sorry, never mind. That's what I want.
He's never going to want to come on here again.
I know. I feel bad.
Roethlisberger? Roethlisberger's going to come on here?
I will tell you now. I feel the same way about Ben Roethlisberger the way I'm sure the people of Baltimore feel about Ray Lewis. I'm glad he's on my team, but I wouldn't want to know him.
Yeah, well, at least Roethlisberger hasn't killed anybody that we know of.
True.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He allegedly
I mean-
didn't kill anyone. Oh, that's
Right.
Think about Baltimore. They put a statue of a murderer out in front of their
Allegedly.
fucking football stadium. That's all you got to know about Baltimore.
HR is going to go nuts with this episode. Allegedly, Blake.
He didn't really do the murdering. He just told people to do the murdering.
Did they get his white?
Alleged.
Did they get his white?
He was only guilty of obstructing justice. That's it.
And having a bad suit. The white suit. Never wear white after Labor Day. Never.
Well, you know, he did send that suit out to the cleaners, and for some reason they can never find it for the trial.
Yeah, I just said he walked into the hotel in just his underwear. So
I tell my oldest son, because I'm a Blue Jays fan. Shut it, Doug. I like the Blue Jays, and I loved Jose Bautista, and I've shown my son some clips of him, and I'm
Are you
like,
talking about that Josie Bautista guy?
yes,
Joey Bats?
Joey Bats. And I said, he's a guy that you would hate, that I would hate on any other team, but when he's on your team, you love him, just because of that, with his bat flip and everything, and then he got beaten up at second base. But besides that,
But you know, that doesn't surprise me because I've talked to Brian and we've said, you know, I'd hate Jason on any other podcast, but since he's on our podcast, you know, he's okay.
yeah,
this is why I
If
brought
he was on Pittsburgh Nerd, we would have hated him.
yeah.
So would a Pittsburgh Nerd. I mean,
there have been two captains fighting for the wheel. That's the problem.
Alan Hale Jr. and Jean-Luc Picard. I mean, who knew?
right.
Like, I mean, that's what it would be.
I was thinking more like Stubing for you.
Oh, McHale and from McHale's Navy and
Yeah.
the skipper. Just to make you feel bad, I won't be here next week, so suck on that there, Doug. Okay?
Ah,
Be a-
So it's going to be all Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
matter of fact, we're just going to play a game of Dungeons and Dragons for the podcast.
Yeah, actually, Jason and Jim should be available. I mean, Jeff and Jim.
Brian, he'll be there. He'll beat it within 20 minutes. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, softball starts in 3 weeks. You know, so
No more D&D.
Is Jim golfing, by the way? Is golf season already started for him?
He's at the Reds game tonight. Cincinnati Reds game.
Oh, so he's watching this debacle unfold for the Pirates.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Um.
send them my love.
Okay, I'll send that over.
Thank you.
Doug, go ahead and read your listener feedback here.
okay, this is an important one.
Okay.
Spain's top theme park resort will team with soccer's La Liga on a 3-phase soccer theme park. What attractions would you have at a soccer theme park?
None. I wouldn't go to a soccer team.
art of the flop.
Yeah, so yeah, something flop central.
passing
people
zone.
Learn how to fall down.
The passing zone. You got to learn how to pass.
What do you do?
No scoring. There wouldn't be any scoring areas.
The clock never stops.
Yeah.
There would be like a museum for the history of the tie. Yep.
Yep. Good call. Good call.
How not to use your hands.
Never mind.
Like, you just stand in line for an hour that goes nowhere. Soccer. That
You do-
fucking
you-
boring.
You do have the survive the English soccer hooligans room.
Oh, that's a good one. That's like the bumper cars, Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Down in Disney Springs, there is the NBA Experience, and I realize soccer worldwide's more popular,
They come with strippers and poker.
and they can't get people in there. I
Really?
mean, it just opened, and
The NBA
there's nobody.
Experience.
Yes, yeah, it's horrible.
Do you
So I
think,
can just only imagine a soccer theme park.
I would still say the NBA world and the soccer world, the soccer theme park, would still be better than Avatar Land. I feel like it would still be better than Avatar Land.
You're not allowed to play defense in NBA world.
Look, I know sicken you all to your stomachs, but here at our local amusement park, Kennywood, we do have Steelerland.
Really?
Yes, they even have a roller coaster called the Steel Curtain that has one of the highest drops in America.
Do they have a bathroom that you go in and get groped? In Steelerland? I'm just asking.
Ben Roethlisberger
Allegedly.
experience.
No, but you can't have your picture taken with Turkey Jones.
What? What's the name of the theme park? Kennywood?
Kennywood, yes, Kennywood Park.
Oh.
Is that like Kenny Rogers' version of Dollywood?
No, Kennywood Park is like over 100 years old. Like the merry-go-round is like a national landmark because it's one of the oldest merry-go-rounds in the country. Also, the Jackrabbit, one of the roller coasters there, is over 100 years old, and it's one of the only roller coasters in the country that has a double dip in a hill. So it's a really old park. It's been around forever.
Yeah, the souvenir shop's number one seller is Jack Lambert teeth.
Hey, I'd buy that.
I'm sure it's better than Dollywood. Man, that Dolly Parton. God. What has she
Nothing's
done?
better than Dollywood.
What has she done lately?
What has she done for humanity?
Yeah. She won't even take the Medal of Honor or whatever, Freedom Award or whatever. We've tried to give her a Worsley Award. That didn't happen either. Let's see here.
She's not eligible for a Worsley Award because she won't die a stupid way.
Oh, that's right. She isn't dead yet. Speaking of stupid
We did
way,
try to give her an honorary floppy. She did return it.
Wow.
I do deliver one book from her imagination library to a customer on my route, and I do it with pride each month.
Okay, I'll give you that.
good.
She gives books away. Okay, fine. One thing that she's done in her whole life. Good for her. She taught literacy. Not in Mississippi, but, in some states.
I think that's Mississippi.
Myself.
And the problem was you tried to send a picture of Jeff's floppy, and, nobody wants to see that.
No, nobody wants
No one
to.
can see that. I mean, where is it?
Speaking of stupid people that died, Jeff, give me some news of the geek theme music here.
It's time for another installment of the news of the geek.
It's going to be nice when we can do this live again. In 2 years.
Friday.
No. You still need 2 weeks, Doug. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Friday after next.
No.
Oh, yeah, and it's 2 weeks after you get your shot.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Turkey, Texas, because why not? There's a city called Turkey, Texas. A newly released report found a September plane crash in West Texas occurred when the pilot's crop duster stalled out after dumping hundreds of gallons of pink water during a couple's gender reveal celebration. One passenger suffered minor injuries when the plane crashed September 7th near the town of Turkey, about 260 miles northwest of Dallas. This was from a while ago, but I just found out about it. Let's see here. They released a report Thursday saying the pilot dumped about 350 gallons of pink water from the aircraft, which then stalled and crashed. Let's see here. What began as lighthearted, intimate gathering with family and close friends. Listen, you're not a close friend if you invite me to a fucking gender reveal party, okay? You're not even a friend, okay? Don't do
Let's
that.
just stop.
You're mortal
that.
enemies then.
Now, I'm calling for it here on this fine podcast. Let's stop this madness now.
Yes.
Nobody wants to go to this shit. It's bad enough. Like, you got to go to the shower and, then you got to see the fucking kid. But nobody wants to go to a gender reveal party. Just stop this madness, people.
Yeah. Why are you assigning genders to fetuses that haven't have the right to pick it yet?
Yeah, I'm going to say, what
Holy
if
fuck.
when they're older they decide, that's not what their gender is? Do you have to redo it for the party then?
Regender party?
Screwed it up.
A
You screwed it
regender
up
reveal?
the first time then?
You're taking this way too far, guys. I just want to stop the parties. I want to stop the gatherings. I don't want to be around you fucking people.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
whoever
never
came
older
up with the idea of couple showers needs to go to hell.
Yeah.
I agree.
Unless you're actually showering.
Oh, that's
Oh,
something
well,
different.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Let's make sure we clarify that.
Well, it doesn't help that fucking online there are 16 great gender reveal ideas for an airplane gender reveal party that you can use basically an airplane on. You can drop luggage out of your airplane, and it will impact and explode the color blue or pink. There's a luggage drop. Let's see here. There's a parachute that opens up pink or blue when somebody jumps out. The crop dusting one. Let's see here. I don't care.
How much does this shit cost, Jason? Are there prices on this list?
No, there
It
is
costs
not.
more than $1.65. It's overpriced.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you put that in a kid's college fund? Oh, you could drop balloons. 1,500 balloon drops out of an airplane. That's awesome. Of course,
Did
this
you drop turkeys?
99
That's good for the environment.
balloons.
Of course, the promo for it doesn't really help. It drops blue and pink out. How do you know which one's correct?
It's twins! But I mean, there was also this past week, wasn't there the plane that crashed and 2 people died in Mexico?
Yep. This one is a helicopter crash and killed somebody as well. With a gender reveal. They were doing the crop dusting. So, awesome.
You know what I think? After COVID, I think gender reveals might be the number 2 cause of death.
It seems like it. It
It
seems
is
like
knocking people fucking out left and right, that's for sure.
Let's see here. On to...
Send me a can drink.
I just don't get it. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. So, of course, we didn't find out the sex of any of our kids. Not that it's a problem that you do find out, but, like, even if I found out, I wouldn't be like, oh, my God, we're throwing a party. Like, who cares? Like, in 9 months, you're going to figure out what it is. So, I don't know. Let's see here. Per Deadline, the original CSI... Yeah!
The original. You're doing the Miami one.
Yay. CSI is headed back to television. Headlined by returning stars William Peterson and Georgia Fox. And joined by
It's not that difficult.
new series regulars Paula Newsome, Matt Lauria. Oh, I thought that was Matt Lauer. Mel Rodriguez and Mandeep Dillon. That doesn't sound like a real name. Mandeep. That sounds like a porn star. Just saying.
South Asian.
How deep are you? I'm man deep. Sorry. See ya.
Well, it was a nice podcast while it lasted.
I'm just going to write that down for my own personal
Sean?
use, if you don't mind.
Sean, Jim, thank you for saying hi. He did agree that for the Pirates it was a debacle, but there was a bright side for the Pirates. Found out that their right fielder is a decent pitcher.
Oh, well, that's exciting.
Let's see here. Also coming back is another fan favorite, Wallace Langham, reprising his role as David Hodges. CSI Vegas, Vegas, the most watched drama series of the 21st century. That's unbelievable.
Really, I would have guessed like NCIS with Mark Harmon.
Yeah. Is that still on, NCIS?
Yep.
Huh. It opens a new chapter in Las Vegas, the city where it all began. Facing a threat that could bring down the crime lab, a brilliant teams of forensic investigators must welcome back old friends, deploy new techniques to preserve and serve justice in Sin City. Like that's ever happened.
And rehash old plot lines.
Yeah!
If there's no Marg Helgenberger, it's probably not worth watching.
She is not in it. Newsom is believed to be playing Maxine, the new head of the Vegas crime lab, while Loria is said to be playing Josh, a level 3 CSI who's typically the lead investigator on cases and has a knack for crime scene reconstruction. That's so hot. Rodriguez is
There's
playing...
actually levels in CSI.
Sure.
There are.
Dylan,
You know who didn't watch the show? Jeez.
Mandeep is playing Allie, a young level 2 CSI, an immigrant who followed her dreams to Vegas. Well, now I feel bad. Peterson and Fox reprise their roles as Sarah and Gil. Wow. Let's see here. There you go.
Well, this is what it'll probably be extraordinarily watched show. It'll be a major hit for CBS, and out of the five of us, none of us will watch it.
No.
Yeah. I want the listeners to know that their feedback was overridden, so Jason can read about CSI shit.
Well, the next one is good. Knives Out just signed a $400.
Wait a minute. I got some man deep stats for you.
Oh, geez.
So basically, one person out of every 200,000 Americans is named Mandeep, based on the analysis of 100 years worth of data.
Really?
The estimated population of people named Mandeep is 402. It is used for a boy's name 61% of the time.
Oh.
It means enlightened.
Oh.
So there you go.
I'll bet
there you go.
does.
And Jason's making fun of it.
Give me your.
You know who's not enlightened?
Give me your man deep face. Anyways, Netflix is closing in on a deal to make 2 sequels to the 2019 hit Whodunit Knives Out, with Rian Johnson directing and Daniel
Ryan.
Until he comes on the show, it's Rian
Johnson.
Yes, thank you, Blake. I messed up on Johnson. He will direct Daniel Craig, reprising his role as super sleuth Benoit Blanc. Johnson, who wrote the
right.
Thank you. Johnson, who wrote the... Well, I love Chris Benoit. I knew that part. Johnson, not the end part of Chris Benoit, though. Johnson, who wrote the original, has written the sequels and is producing with partner Ram Bergman, another porn star. Sources say the deal will be worth $400 million, making it one of the biggest streaming movie deals in history. The first film...
Is he going to fuck up Knives Out like he did the Star Wars saga?
Stop it.
Yeah, he fucked up the Star Wars saga by making the best movie that Star Wars.
Worst fucking movie ever.
Did you see Rise? What's the last one? Rise
Have
of
you
Skywalker?
seen Rise of Skywalker?
That thing was pretty
Second
shitty.
worst movie ever.
Have you seen The Phantom Menace?
Thank you.
Third worst movie ever.
All right, now you're okay.
Did you see Attack of the Clones?
Okay, but the rise of Skywalker was bad because they had to clean up the mess from the Last Jedi.
Oh, bullshit.
Nope.
Bullshit.
Square peg, round hole. I'll take that, Doug.
Let's see. What can we make bigger than a Death Star? I know, a Death Planet.
Next is Death Galaxy. The Death Galaxy.
That's no moon.
I'll show you a
planet.
moon.
The whole fucking
wanna know where
planet that's going
Netflix
to
is
shoot
giving
its
their
own
money.
sun. The fuck?
Could somebody
And
tell
then
me where Netflix is getting all this money from?
They're down 31%, I think they said.
Tiger King sales.
No, they said when HBO Max, Disney Plus, and Peacock came on, they lost 31% share in the streaming market. They said they're still tops, but they said that they're losing to HBO Max and Disney Plus.
Did they lose 31% of their subscribers?
All right, we'll
Or
find
are
out
more
for you.
people or is that the percentage of people streaming? So that just means more people are streaming.
Well, wait a minute. When I originally got Netflix, it was $7.99 a month. Now it's like $21. There's your month.
Is it really?
I don't
I
know
think
how
it's
you're paying
19.
21.
No, I think it's
I think
15.
it's like $15, $19 now. So yeah, their subscription fees doubled. They got to pay for all this.
So you know what you do is you just every month you get a new one, then cancel and get a different one. This month I'll watch all the Netflix shows. The next month I'll watch all the Peacock shows. Next month I'll watch my HBO shows.
The number of email accounts Jeff has opened in his lifetime is astronomical.
You're allowed to rejoin. They can't. They don't say, "Oh wait, you used to be a customer of ours. We won't take you back." I'm not saying you have to get the free ones. I'm saying pay your monthly due, but you don't have to pay 6 services every month. You pay one a month for 6 months, and then just start the rotation over.
I'm down to 4 services because WWE Network ended, and I can't get fucking Peacock on Amazon. Bastards. Get your shit together at Peacock.
You're going to have to
WWE
buy
on Peacock now.
WWE Network is on Peacock, which is fine, but I don't have Peacock, and I don't feel like side-loading it in front of Amazon Fire TVs and all that shit. So I'm probably going to miss WrestleMania this weekend. Assholes.
Are you
Why
really
not grab a
gonna miss it?
Roku?
Yeah, but I got all Amazon Fire TVs, and it's like, I don't feel like fucking buying Roku, especially since, in theory, Peacock said they're going to be on Amazon soon. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So you're
Even
not
that good.
Half of the apps I watch through my PS4 now. Jesus.
See, I haven't played my PS4. Well, I don't play much on the PS4.
Yeah, you got a PS4. Just watch it through PS4. You get Peacock through that.
PS4's got PS4.
It was bad enough.
I mean, Peacock.
I had to use Bleacher Report to get AEW pay-per-views. How the fuck am I supposed to do that? Like, that was a challenge for me. I'm not the most tech savvy. Let's see.
It's as simple as possible on the PS4.
Netflix lost 31% of market share in the last year as streaming rivals gained ground. New competitors like HBO Max and NBCU's Peacock are already eating to Netflix lead in the streaming wars. They still dominate the universe, but they are losing people. Netflix holds 20% of the U.S. streaming market. Its dominance over the rest of the streaming landscape has shrunk from 29%, a drop of nearly one-third. This is from the Wrap. So there you go.
That just means more people are streaming other things, not necessarily less people are streaming Netflix.
Well, let's face facts. Okay, like Blake said, so Netflix is like $15 a month. Well, for $15 a month, I can get Disney Plus and Peacock. I have two services instead of one.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
There you go. Don't forget about ESPN Plus in that deal.
Well, or you get with Disney, you've got the bundle with Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN. That's $12. You're getting three services for the price of one. So I get where Netflix would be losing customers, but I think that like a signing like this with Ryan Johnson for Knives Out is a deal where they can say, look at the exclusive content we're able to provide, and able to bring those people back and justify their purchase.
Yeah, and they're throwing out like at least one solid major motion picture every month on
Every week.
Netflix.
Every Friday.
Every week.
Yeah.
Every week. So one every week. So they're throwing out 52 major motion pictures a year.
And Nailed It just came out. So I love Nailed It. So
yeah. And I mean, like when the big hitters roll around again, when Lost in Space comes out, when the next season of Stranger Things hit,
Stranger Things.
Those numbers will rise. They've got their big hit series that draw people in, and people will come right back to them.
Well, I saw where Netflix is going to test let's just release one episode a week theory to see how that goes. I mean, they're doing it on like shows I've never heard of before, like some reality shows that Netflix has, but they're going for the release one episode a week model to see how that goes.
Yeah,
they've done that before, though.
Yeah, The Circle, I think.
They did that with like Chelsea Handler.
Ugh.
Yeah, but they did that. There was that show with the Jeanette McCurdy, I think was her name. She was on iCarly.
Okay.
They did a show with her. It was like some sci-fi show. It was like it was one episode a week that they released that as, and nobody watched it.
I like the one episode a week format. I really do.
Yeah, I think they're realizing it's paying off big dividends for Disney.
Yeah.
Universal is removing some of its movies from HBO Max and Netflix and moving them to Peacock once they're over, including the Despicable Me series. So
no. Well,
yeah.
So all the Universal monsters will be leaving?
Possibly.
Peacock's got to do something to distinguish itself between everybody else. And, I mean, they started with the WWE stuff. Now they got to do this.
Yeah. And
they can't even have friends.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So
have they said what they're going to do with the ECW on Peacock?
No.
I mean, if they're scrubbing violence and words and
the good news is, Doug, they got the
probably every bra and panty match.
They got the Miz and Miz, and the Bella, Bellas. They got all that shit show already on Peacock, WWE Network app, but they don't get any more pay-per-views. They're slowly adding the pay-per-views and that shit. I'm like, come on.
Well, to answer your question, Doug, I did watch Barely Legal, the ECW's very first pay-per-view. And
Barely Legal.
Yep.
now, I hadn't seen that pay-per-view in over 20 years. And it was like, I just wanted to show Nancy, like, this is what the real ECW was. And the violence was still there, but I do believe they did scrub it up a little bit for Peacocks. I feel like there was some jumps in, like, the
everybody freeze.
Yeah. There was some jump cuts that were, I was like, that didn't seem natural.
Everything with New Jack was taken out.
Yeah. New Jack wasn't even there.
Who is this New Jack guy?
What about Raven crucifying Sandman? Would that be in it?
Oh, that was awesome.
I can see that not being on the Peacock, but
okay.
It's one of those great moments that, like, people should, like, I mean, if you want to understand what ECW was, that's like one of those great moments you have to see.
Yeah.
You know, it ranks right up there with Shane Douglas with the
ECW the title
NWA championship.
Yep.
Well, no, like the night he Bobby Wolf when he was shaking his head when he was in the Halo.
Oh yeah,
the Pitbulls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pitbulls. Yes.
Yep. I love that. Ah!
Yeah.
The Pitbulls are awesome back in the day. I love them.
I forgot, like, watching that pay-per-view, like, the first match was the Dudleys against the Eliminators.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I forgot how good the Eliminators were.
Perry Saturn, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kronos and Saturn.
Yep. Kronos was a little rough. Perry Saturn was top-notch.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kronos ended up tagging with New Jack.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That tells you everything you need to know about Kronos.
New Jack, before every match, can I stab a guy? No, you can't stab anyone, New Jack. Just calm down. Calm down. Can I shoot him? No. Real quick here, we got plot lines this week from Dr. Number 10. Plot lines is when a person gives us a title of a movie.
New Doctor?
Yeah, Dr. Number 10. I don't know who that is. But he gives us a movie. They give us a movie, and we have to figure out what the plot is. We can work together. This is Bacurau, Bacurau from 2019. What you got, Jeff? What do you think this is about?
I think it's an anime about some monster robot thing trying to take over the world, and Bacurau has to use his chi powers to stop it.
And it's anime.
That's anime.
Okay. I'm going with a futuristic film made on the cheap, very similar to Sean Connery in Red Pleather. I'm going to say an alien race is attacking this new Earth that these people are living on. And I'm going with Theo Rossi, Rossi, from Sons of Anarchy as one of the stars. I'm not sure why. I'm just picking him. And I'm going with that. They're going to
pronounced Rossi.
Whatever. Rosie. And I'm going to say that's it. And it's a coming age of story that his daughter is on the planet with him, and he's got to save the new world.
Oh, coming of age movie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sean, what you got?
I believe this is actually a direct-to-video movie from France, teaching young children the basics of Baccarat, because that's the only way you can learn that damn game is at a young age. And the hero character is, teaching you how to gamble properly at a young age.
So it's like the
Baccarat,
like the Queen's Gambit, but with Baccarat.
Yeah,
I like it.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty scary. I was going to say it was an instructional video out of Macau for their casino games.
That is scary.
Doug, what's yours?
I believe it's a documentary narrated by Jason about the life of Marina Baccarat,
Who is that?
the star of Deadpool, and she was in Firefly.
Not as good as the documentary about Virgil, but could
Yes. They just wrote her last name out the way you pronounced it, so
Gotcha.
that's how we got it.
Oh, I got you now.
Buckaroo is a 2019 weird Western film directed by Kleber Mendoca Filho. I think it's Portuguese.
No one guessed Western, did we?
It stars Sonia Braga, Udo Kier. Oh, shit. Whoever put this in?
Udo Kier.
In the near future, the people of Buckaroo, a fictional settlement, is also a fictional municipality of Serra Verde in western Pernambuco. Yeah. Witness a series of unusual events, including telephone signals going down, the settlement unexplainably disappearing from online maps, and flying saucer-shaped drones chasing travelers, and a couple of motorbikers from Rio de Janeiro passing by.
Did Andy Warhol produce this movie?
This happens after the
It's from
death.
2019. Yeah.
2019, yeah, the death of the matriarch of the village.
Oh.
This is when it starts happening. During this time,
Udo Kier in it.
During this time, we learned there is a dispute over water rights from the local river, with the water being dammed upstream. So it's aliens and water rights. I feel like it's Phantom Menace all over again.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that.
Yeah, so there you go.
Maybe Ryan Johnson can fix it.
People start dying mysteriously, and a 9-year-old boy is slaughtered in cold blood. Pacati, played by Thomas Aquino, deduces the town will be attacked and leads efforts to prepare the people to defend themselves. When the foreigners arrive, they are killed by the locals, except for Michael, who ends up captured. So there you go. Michael is buried alive in an underground cell while shouting, "This is only the beginning." There you go. The mayor.
So who guessed Brazilian Western with a fight over water rights?
And aliens, I think. I think aliens. So there you go. If you have a film that you would like us to figure out, send it over to us at Bad Ideas Podcast. Jeff, give me some box office news and world reports. What do you got?
Yeah. Let me open it.
No, you have to sing the theme song?
Box
No, Jason
office
does not have
news,
to-
world
No.
reports. Box office news. Hey, we got world reports. Spirit
Thanks,
fingers.
Doug.
Did you jazz hands at it at the end?
Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers.
Those aren't
fingers,
spirit
okay.
fingers. These are spirit fingers.
These are spirit fingers.
Godzilla.
The weekend, there we go. April 2nd through April 4th, number one at the U.S. box office, we have a little-known film called Godzilla vs. Kong. It made $32 million this weekend, a total of $48.5 million in its opening weekend on a $160 million budget. From my understanding, that is the highest movie made in a weekend since the pandemic.
Yep, that is correct. Over 240 million worldwide, I think they said. So, there you go.
Because worldwide loves monster versus monster violence.
Yep.
Number two this week, The Unholy made $3.2 million in its opening weekend on an unknown budget. Nobody, coming in at number three, made another $3 million for a total of $12 million on a $16 million budget. Raya and the Last Dragon made another $2 million, a total of $32 million on a $140 million budget.
Doug, did you like that movie?
Haven't seen it.
Oh, it's well worth the money. Well worth it.
I don't live in a gated community where I can afford $30 for a movie.
It's cheaper than taking 3 kids to the theaters.
Not if you sneak them in properly.
They're too big.
And you can. I'm sure you can stuff them into your something. I don't
We'll do the Muppets. They
See,
all stand up
no.
on the top of each other with a trench coat.
Yeah. Yes, just have him do it, and then we are not 3 kids in one trench coat. We are one person.
I assume he just smuggled them in his mailbag, like he does when he goes to Disney.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And Jason's favorite movie coming in at number 5, Tom and Jerry, another 1.4 million, a total of almost 40 million on a $79 million budget.
It really frustrates me. People are willingly choosing to take a chance of going to the theaters and getting COVID to watch Tom and Jerry. It is not worth it, people. If you want to take a chance and go see Godzilla, I'm fine with that. Your life is not worth Tom and Jerry. This fucking film.
Jason, did you see where the Croods 2 finished, or are they still hanging around?
I can get that for you. Give me 1 second here. 1 second.
Well, while you look that up, I will talk about what's upcoming. April 9th, 2021, we have the movie Voyagers opening.
Oh.
It's a crew of astronauts on a multi-generational mission that descends into paranoia and madness, not knowing what is real. Written and directed by Neil Berger, starring Colin Farrell, Ty Sheridan, and Jason's favorite, Lily Rose Depp. Yeah, it doesn't look that good. I saw a couple of previews for it, and anything Ty Sheridan's in anymore seems to annoy me. I think there's something annoying about that guy.
It looks like they stopped using blue mouthwash, and they all get happy.
Yeah, they used to drug them to keep them content, and they stop using it, and then they get erotic and want to have sex with each other.
I just looked up. I was looking up Cruise. I just came in on the wrong end of the conversation. Okay. What else we got, Jeff?
We also have Mafi. That is a young man in 1981 South Africa must complete his brutal and racist 2 years of compulsory military service while desperately maintaining the secrecy of his homosexuality. It stars people I've never heard of.
Cruise 2, A New Age. Made $257,815. Good enough for 8th place.
It's still in the top 10. All right.
It's made $56.4 million domestically. Budget $65 million. $8.5 million away. Come on, Cruise. Worldwide, it's made $160 million. But yeah, domestically, it's still coming along. Come on, guys. We got it. Before we get to the top 5 here, Brian has a joke for you, Jeff.
Oh, good. He sent the joke.
Joke time with Jeff. Let's see here. Hey, Jeff.
Is this where we interrupt?
Stop it.
How that goes?
I don't ask Blake. He's the expert on that.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff.
Just so you know, you had to cut out, customer feedback so you can get a bad joke in by the intern who's not even here this week.
We're at 1:30. We're trying to get top 5 done. Hey, Jeff.
Go ahead, Jason.
So anyways, go ahead.
I bought some shoes.
Go ahead and get the joke out. We're waiting.
Shut up, Blake. Hey, Jeff, I bought
All right, I'll shut up.
Hey, Jeff, I bought some shoes
But
from
only until the joke's
Shut up,
over.
Blake, so I can get this done. Hey, Jeff, I bought some shoes from a drug dealer today.
Oh, why?
I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. If you got a joke, send them on over to Brian.
So anyways, that's right. We had to skip listener feedback for that joke.
If you got dick pics,
That made me laugh far harder than I should have.
If you got dick pics, you can send them to Jimmy Riggins on Twitter. But otherwise, send your jokes to Brian. So there you go.
My wife came down. She said, "You realize you're screaming, right?"
There's the shocker.
Just tell her you're man deep into this podcast.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Top 5 this week is top 5 favorite opening scenes in a film. We may have done this before. Not really sure.
I think we did favorite scenes, which included some opening scenes.
Okay.
I think.
Sean, do you have one? I know you were late edition here. Do you have a top 5?
I do have a top 5, yes.
Okay.
I just looked for and I came up with the top 5 off the top of my head.
What is your number 5?
My number 5 is The Watchmen, The Death of the Comedian.
Oh, I forgot that. 100% agree.
That was my number 5.
That was masterfully done
Really, Doug?
by a Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Okay. Doug, that was your number 5.
That was my number 5.
Jeff, what's your number 5?
My number 5. This is more representational of an entire genre, but I picked one to represent it.
Okay.
And that was Casino Royale. Pretty much representing all Bond film beginnings, because those are usually the best part of the Bond films is the opening scene.
Which one was that? What was he doing?
That's the one where he was getting interrogated, or was he? No, I'm trying to remember. Because it was when he got his first kill, his license to kill.
Gotcha.
The interrogation came later.
Yep.
I got confused.
Yeah.
Guys, if you need 2 kills, he's like, well, I already got 1. And he shoots the guy.
Yeah, that's the one.
And it's all in black and white.
Black and white.
Yeah.
Which indicates it happened in the past.
Yes.
According to The Walking Dead, the new episodes, yes, everything in black and white is in the past. Let's see here. Blake, what's your name? What's your number 5?
Jeff stole it.
Casino Royale?
But I hope he did. I said all James Bond openings.
That's a good
But
one.
Jeff was more artistic and descriptive in picking one to represent them all.
Oh.
Even the Timothy Dalton ones, Blake?
Especially
All
Timothy
James
Dalton.
Bond openings.
My number 5, I don't remember the opening well, but it set the tone for the rest of the film. Embrace of the Vampire. Alyssa Milano. I don't know what it was about, but she got naked later. So I'm going with Embrace of the Vampire. Good scenes. Good scenes from
So
top
if
to
you're
bottom.
not going to take these serious, why do you even come up with these ideas?
I did take that one
I actually
seriously.
put effort into this, Jason.
I did take that one seriously.
I put effort into this, and I knew I was probably going to get hobied on some of these here, but I put them down anyways.
My number 4, so suck it, is Halloween. Michael Myers, the original, when he kills his sister. Sets the tone. Love it. And the kid is
The little
creepy
boy
as hell.
in the clown suit with
Yep.
the knife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Creepy as hell.
Yeah.
That's classic.
So, and I love Halloween. Blake, what's your number 4?
I hobied this one too, but I went with World War II themes. The first is Patton's speech to the Third Army when he's up in front of that big fucking flag.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
awesome.
realized that was the opening scene. Oh.
Yeah. And they, tidbit note, that was actually recorded halfway through, but they ended up putting that in the middle, or in the beginning. But and the other one, of course, was D-Day, Saving Private Ryan. Talk about a large 30-minute opening. And the reason I really enjoy that is because, imagine putting yourself into the soldiers' places on D-Day, essentially, especially if you're in the first early waves of those transport crafts going up there. You're essentially going up there as cannon fodder to die.
Yeah.
That's one of those movies where the opening was better than what came after it.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was okay. There was several
okay,
scenes afterwards, but that first 30 minutes is like shooting its wad right there in the beginning,
And it doesn't let up.
It doesn't let up. It's constant. A lot of, and the best part about it is that they actually Spielberg actually consulted World War II D-Day survivors for that battle scene, and took a lot of their original stories and remembrances and put that stuff into film there. And then just think about how horrifying that would be for somebody, today to go into that kind of situation. Could you muster up the balls to do that again?
Yeah. Wow, thanks for that, Blake.
So sorry to somber everybody up, but all right.
Yeah.
Make some extraordinarily valid points, Blake, and I agree with it. And that is one of the as a representation of war. As somebody who's never been in it, I feel like that's as close as I need to be to understand the horrors of war. And thanks, but no thanks, and to those who have done it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let's see here. Jeff, number 4.
My number 4. We'll get a little happier after Blake's depressing war
Good.
story.
I need to pick it up for me. I'm depressed.
We'll go for the bright, vivid, beautiful colorization of the original Lion King. The whole circle
that would
of
be
life.
my number 3. No, my number 3.
That's my number 3. That's my number 3.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna. No, Circle of Life. We're doing the opening scene.
I have no idea.
I say the original animated one, not the trying to look live action but still animated remake, was nowhere near as good.
The fake Animal King.
Oh my God, that's awful, awful. The remake. Let's see, Doug, number 2, 3, 4.
I had to rearrange my list because of other people. So my number 4 is The Spy Who Loved Me.
Which one's that?
Skiing. He goes off with the parachute.
Yep.
There was several Bond skiing opening scenes.
Yes.
Sean, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is The Matrix, Trinity's Escape.
That's my Trinity impersonation for those watching on YouTube.
It was like that was like one of those movies, like you kind of knew what it was supposed to be, but that really sets the tone for like, okay, this is batshit crazy. Let me just buckle in and enjoy this.
That's probably her best scene in the entire trilogy.
No, her death scene was her best scene.
Oh,
because it took 20 minutes.
No love for Carrie Ann Moss.
Man.
No. It's more.
I'm not blaming the actress for the fact that Trinity's death scene went on forever and ever and ever. I blame the directors for that. But just die already.
I was disappointed because I thought The Matrix was the sequel to Hardball, and I was way out of line. I was confused. What's your number 3, Sean?
My number 3 is Pulp Fiction, the diner.
Had that as an honorable mention.
Good one.
With Roth.
Mm-hmm.
Honey Bunny and Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Pumpkin and Honey Bunny. You know, it is kind of interesting that you would have it at like a number 3. I think it's probably one of the weakest. Well, a lot of people like it, but as compared to stuff
you're going to say that's on other people's list coming up.
Yeah, we're all going to duplicate everybody's list here real quick.
Here's the thing. I went with that knowing you guys were going to all choose the Madonna scene. So I'm thinking, what are these going to do? Well, let me do something different.
You didn't get Embrace of the Vampire, though, Sean. You did not.
No, that was completely out of left field. I was not expecting anything that Jason Fapps to come on.
Doug, what's your number 3?
My number 3, I had Hobie, Lion King, and then also Up.
Jeff's number 1.
My number 1.
Yep, saw that coming.
Yes.
Ooh.
The rest of the film was okay, but
right.
Jeff has said it before. Up the first 20 minutes is probably better than anything Pixar has ever done. So,
has he seen The Last Dinosaur?
Last Dinosaur?
No.
Oh, God.
No, I don't.
What about Cars 3?
Cars 3 wasn't that bad. I enjoyed Cars 3.
It was better than Cars 2.
Than Cars 2?
Much better than Cars 2, yes. That's
Cars
why
2 was awful. Cars 2 was awful. Jeff, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's my number 3.
That's one of my number 1s.
The best, yeah, exactly.
That was the best scene in all of the Indiana Jones movies.
You know what I was disappointed by? I was disappointed that you never saw his pilot that was fishing anymore in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I'd be like his chump buddy or something when I first saw the movie.
Or they
I
didn't
was
even
disappointed you never saw him again.
They could have at least brought him back in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull or something.
Stop it. Get out. That was your number
Well,
3.
there's still, maybe we'll see him in the next one.
No, there doesn't need to be a next one.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's quintessential, miniature Indiana Jones.
Everything you need to know about Indiana Jones, you get in that opening sequence.
Yeah, right there.
You get to meet Alfred Molina being a villain.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Sets him up for that Doc Ock role later.
That was your number 3.
But you're right, and it also sets up his nemesis that plays a significant role later in the movie too.
Yeah. I forgot that's the character's name. Damn it.
Belloc.
Yeah, how did I forget that?
Just real quick before we get to my
good
number
choice. Good choice for your number 3, Jeff.
You too.
Thank you.
Before we get any farther, just want to do a quick shout out. We just saw this coming on the air. RJ Holt, one of our fans, 666. He's not evil.
He's just handled that way.
Can you guys give my son Hunter a shout out for his 10th birthday? We're at the Reds game tonight. You know what? How you doing,
No,
Hunter?
we can't,
Happy birthday.
because we already went through listener feedback and we cut it out this evening.
Happy birthday, Hunter.
But we didn't get to the birthday section of the outline yet. So
Happy birthday to your evil little spawn.
That's right.
Happy birthday. You know what's a good 10th birthday present? A trip to Disney World. If he was any type of father, that's what he would do.
Yep.
He doesn't
Or
have
the house is
$1,000 lying
You know-
around.
We don't all make mailman money.
I kind of think watching the Reds beat the crap out of the Pirates is good enough for a 10th birthday.
Yeah, it's not as good.
If it was it's like beating up a little kid. I mean, come on.
But it's the Reds. They haven't won much at all, so we'll take our wins where we get them.
Yeah.
It's not,
So that's
it's not as good as Space Mountain, though. Just saying. Right, Doug?
it's
That's right.
It's beat up the kid with a limp and a bad lisp. I'm sorry, Jason.
But it is better than It's a Small World.
Nothing's better than that.
Thinking of Jason Fappin.
You know, Jason, there is no copyright on that song, so you can sing it all you want.
It's a small world after all.
Thanks, Doug.
It's a small world after all. Gummy bears, where are we at? Lion King was my number 3. So there you go. I think that was yours, Doug? That was yours?
Yes.
My number 2, The Dark Knight, the bank robbery scene with the Joker. When he's
Mother
just...
plus buck.
It's better in IMAX.
That's my number 1.
Should have done Embrace of the Vampire then. I didn't get you on that, but I got you on this.
Yeah.
That just shows exactly what the Joker character is right there. He's just pure madness, and he's just killing everyone.
Well, I think it's shot so well because you're watching that, and it feels like a heist movie all of a sudden. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm honestly thought, like, am I in the right theater?
Yeah.
Because it plays out in a certain way. I know it's a Batman movie, but it doesn't feel like a Batman movie at all. And then you get the whole reveal at the end when he takes off the mask, and you're just like, oh shit.
And it's
This
not
is
dark.
real.
Like, it's just brightly shot. Like, everything is like the bank is white, bright white, and there's no Batman hovering or anything.
Yeah, the brilliance of Christopher Nolan, like in how he shot that entire sequence and how it plays out is masterful.
Yes. Blake, number 2.
Yeah, my number 2, I already kind of alluded to it. I picked my 2 favorite Tarantino opening scenes because Tarantino is very good at creating one scene that essentially can be in an entire movie, short film, all in itself, and great dialogue, such as Christoph Waltz's Colonel Hans Landa in the beginning at the farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
That whole scene could have been just a short film and ended right then and there.
Yeah,
when that scene ends.
I agree.
The tension in that movie,
2.
like the tension in that scene between him and the farmer, and knowing the people are right underneath and everything.
It's awesome, and the whole tension is built up just by Waltz's character just driving the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
essentially ratcheting up the tension as it goes. And it's awesome.
I really liked how they played with language in that too.
Yeah,
three different languages being talked in the thing, and whatnot. So.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Waltz is an actor. He's an underrated guy that I think should get more attention.
Oh yeah, well, he did get the Academy Award for that, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe he did.
Mm-hmm. So
it's good. And of course, I had it tied with the Reservoir Dogs in the beginning at the diner, where they are having the Madonna conversation, and eventually comes up that somebody didn't tip.
Yeah.
Tell you what Like a Virgin's about.
Yeah.
It's about big dick.
Man deep.
That is good.
Dick.
Yeah. And it sets up the tension between the characters, and you realize, their names are colors, and Steve Buscemi's Mr. Pink doesn't tip, and he's the non-conventional one because I don't do it because this is what society says I'm supposed to do, blah, blah. But as it turns out, he's the the one that doesn't do what he's supposed to do, and he's the one that ends up walking away with everything.
Running away.
You
assume he's getting arrested based on what you hear in the background, but
the assumption is there. Yeah.
Jeff, what's your number 2?
Number 2 was Inglourious Bastards.
Okay, number 2 for you.
Yeah, because great minds. Yeah, that's right.
You guys are very similar tonight. Well, Doug, number 2?
I went with Thor Ragnarok.
What was that scene?
When the big fire demon or whatever it was.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I got you.
He's swinging on the chain.
Yeah,
the chain. Yeah.
He's basically just playing with the demon.
Yes. And just a public service here. Earlier, you had said send your dick pics to Jimmy Riggins.
Yes.
Do not send them to @Jimmy Riggins. That is somebody else.
Oh,
that is somebody else.
Oh.
Do not do that, please. Or do it. Who cares?
Oh yeah,
this guy does.
Yeah, he is at XUCC9822 or something like that. So yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh. Send it to XUCC9822. Yeah, your dick pics.
Some former running back for the Washington Redskins is going to be getting a slew of picks, and he's like, "What the hell?"
And also, for the record, Christoph Waltz has two Academy Awards.
What's the other one?
He's won twice.
Good.
That I don't know. It just says he had 2.
Okay.
Oh, well.
More
reporting there, Doug.
But the Colonel Hans Landa, I think, was his first, right?
It was his first. It was his first. Sean, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is going to create some controversy, I'm sure. But I am going with the beginning of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith.
What is that beginning?
That's the beginning. It starts off with you're looking at the 2 Jedi starfighters, and then they dive down into the Battle of Coruscant.
Okay.
With the big battle, starship battle taking place. I think that's one of the. Other than the original, I assume somebody's going to pick that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's like the best Star Wars opening.
I don't hate you for that. I don't hate you for that at all.
I don't. Yeah, I can't say I hate the beginning because I probably watched it once and couldn't go back to it. So sorry, but no.
What's your number 1, Sean?
Well, I hope he's my number 1.
Okay.
I did have The Dark Knight, but I'm also going with Deadpool.
Oh,
yep.
On this
honorable
highway.
mention.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm trying to remember what the opening scene was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. Again, it establishes who he is and what he does. Yeah. Yep. It's good.
Plus, you got the whole "Don't Call Me Angel."
Yes.
That's all.
I like that.
Yeah.
Number 1 for you, Doug?
I went with Star Wars.
Okay.
I mean, that was just obvious.
The original Star Wars?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd hope he did it with Raiders of the Lost Ark, but yeah.
Jeff, number 1?
I just say because I know how to make these things work for me. I was easily able to find out that Christoph Waltz also won for Django Unchained.
I just saw that.
My number one was Up.
Okay. Blake, what was yours? Raiders of the Lost Ark?
No, the Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
the scrawl, then followed by the in depth perception of the scrawl.
Mm-hmm.
The flyover of the rebel ship and the Empire, the
Star Destroyer.
Empire's Star Destroyer with the parallelism between that scrawl and the flyovers and the battles and everything else. It's classic. I mean, you can't duplicate it.
My number one was Scream. Drew Barrymore getting gutted like a fish, like they said. You did not expect her, not big star, but a pretty big star for the time. Like her getting
I don't think
killed.
I've ever seen a fish get gutted that way.
That's what Matthew Lillard's character says. She was gutted like a fish.
I didn't. Did they use?
They did that in Psycho, where the big star gets killed off in the first scene.
Yep.
Well, it was
more later. It was
longer
middle.
than the scene.
Yeah,
longer than the scene. Doing the old trope of they're calling from inside the house.
Yeah, it was good. I loved it. I loved that scene, and it made the film seem like it's different than typical horror movies.
I thought it was playing off of old horror movies.
Let's see here. Let's see. Honorable mentions. Anyone?
I had
Goodfellas.
I don't remember how the Goodfellas opening began.
Or they're killing the guy in the trunk.
Okay. I had the opening song from Beauty and the Beast.
No.
Where she sings about insulting the entire village.
Yes. Anyone else, real quick?
I did cheat a little bit, and I did forget Manhattan. Pre-child molester Woody Allen.
I don't think it was pre. I think it's always been there.
It is great. It's black and white. It's Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue and Chapter 1. And he goes into his Chapter 1 and keeps rewriting Chapter 1 as you watch the beginning and the opening. And it is pretty cool.
Okay.
Of course, I also had one that I would guess Jason's daughter would disagree with, but the Muppet movie.
Does hate the Muppet.
Or also, I would throw in there the beginning of the Muppets. I like that opening sequence a lot. And if I may, Christoph Waltz also should have received an Academy Award for being an Alita battle angel.
Oh God! God.
Apparently, only if he's with Tarantino do they actually give him awards.
Wrapping up here, before we get to the honorable listener feedback on... Look, Blake, listener feedback on picks here. September 17th.
Sorry. Got to cancel it for time tonight.
September 17th through the 19th, Cincinnati Comic Expo. Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Cincinnati Comic Expo. Lots of great people are going to be there. Drew Barrymore. I don't know yet. Tom Hanks may be there. Colin Hanks may be there. Hobie will be there playing trivia. So there you go. Get your tickets in a couple weeks here. Let's see.
And when you go and you see Jason, give him a hug.
No. It'll be September. We'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be vaccinated by then.
Yeah.
You can get hugs.
No.
Are you okay with a good football slap on the ass?
Yeah, I can do that.
Only if you say good game.
Yeah.
Gotta say good game and give you that little rump pat there,
Yeah, I'm fine with that. No issue there, Sean.
Yeah.
Nisi had Scream.
I'll make sure I go wallet side.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm not all cheek,
Just go man deep with it.
Yes.
Scream, Better Off Dead, the animated intro. All Star Wars movies. Nisi said she loved the screen crawl set up for each movie.
Better Off Dead. That was good.
Jaws.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Jaws, she hate the ocean ever since. And Raiders of the Lost Ark. Great score, sets you up for the movie perfectly. And, well, spiders. Doctor Number 1, Chartreuse. My Dinner with Andre. What's that, Jeff?
Oh, Charcuterie?
Yeah. Number 3, charcuterie.
Right. Wow.
Number 2, Saving Private Ryan. And number 1, charcuterie. I can't. Fucking word. Charcuterie.
Wow.
Steve.
Jeff even pronounced it for you.
Thanks. Kevin at Cincy Explorer had Star Wars, Inglourious Bastards, Saving Private Ryan, The Dark Knight, and GoldenEye, Goldfinger, and Casino Royale. He hobied it with Bond films. So pretty much what we said.
There was a lot of overlap in this.
Intern Brian, had Reservoir Dogs, The Dark Knight, Baby Driver, Pulp Fiction.
That's a good one.
And Saving Private Ryan. Honorable mentions, Goodfellas, High Fidelity, and Inglourious Bastards. And then finally, Steve at EILFM. You can catch me on that show while I reviewed The Passion of the Christ this week. That was a rough
I
one.
feel so sorry for you.
Yeah. Number 5, Congo. That music
Well,
and
you are
Bruce
the
Campbell
endangered
cameo.
species.
Dark Knight, Watchmen, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and this is a good one. I have to admit, every Naked Gun movie. Naked Gun did have some really good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That is true.
Yeah.
Let's see here. And then they also are doing podcast art. Podcast line? Shit. What is it? Hold on. I'm getting there. They have a convention this weekend. And of course, Podcart Festival. That's what it is. I'm sorry. Podcart Festival is this Saturday. So you can go on to Podcart, PODCART Festival. You can Google it. And April 10th from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. And you can get lots of great podcast hosts are going to be there. Dana Gold and Janet Varney are going to be on it. Brian Trenchard Smith is going to be on there. And they're going to be selling jewelry. Lots of great things. They have lots of panels. So give them some love. We are giving away Funko Pops. Hobie is sponsoring Funko Pops, including this beautiful Apex one. Oh, geez. Apex. That is Lifeline. We have Game of Thrones figures, and some other Fortnite or some Fortnite one too. Funko Pop. So there you go. Check them out, and there you go. Also, bad idea of the week: cutting number 512, getting rid of Blake's segment. This week. Not a good choice. Not a good choice. Not going to hear that one.
I thought you were going to say inviting Sean on the podcast and I'm going to be ripped, but I'll take that.
No, we enjoy ripping on you. Pittsburgh. So, yeah, it was appreciative. Sean?
And, I mean, it wasn't like you brought Ian with you. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sean, we do appreciate you coming on the show. It's great.
It's a pleasure. It's good to finally meet Doug in some way, former fan, and converse with him as a adult.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can find you at Pittsburgh Nerd on
Yes.
all the podcasts and at Pittsburgh Nerd
Yeah.
on Twitter, correct? Is that the thing?
Yes, you can find me there, and
Okay.
many of my off-color jokes which offends other Pittsburgh podcasts we won't talk about.
Yeah. Man deep and besotted. Let's see here.
We're off next week. Is that what I
I'm out.
took away?
I'm out next week.
So I'm off I'm off next week.
all right, so it'll be me.
Jim and Brian. Sean, you
Okay,
come back?
Let me see if I can get Tuesday off.
Okay. Let's see here. Titles for the show real quick. I had a badge of honor. I think that's from last week. Son of a bitch.
Nice.
Jeez. I could just be Jason Goes Man Deep.
I got give me your man deep face,
Yeah.
fetuses, genders, and Western Perna Mucko. That was something Jason said during one of the who knows what.
I had
Baby Bacharach.
I did find some. Too much tap water. Tastes like kale. High sticking. In honor of Blake. Let's see. Moral high ground. And I like this one. The Woke Center. WOKE Woke Center.
High-sticking Paulina Gretzky.
No, you can't put that in.
No?
Jeff, what you got?
I had I will put my cat down for this show. Multiple Godzillas. Monster on Monster Violence. I ordered toys for my kids. I got Konged. That Jigger Jagger guy. Anything Jason Faps to.
No.
Yeah.
And that little Rump Pat.
What you got, Sean? What do you like?
I didn't realize I had to write these down. I didn't realize I had to look for that. But I feel like Rump Pat is a good one, or I said something earlier and I can't remember now.
No, I like the Rump Pat. What was that, Jeff?
I put that little Rump Pat.
A little Rump Pat.
Is that R-U-M-P? Rump?
RUMP space PAT.
Thank you.
I feel like
Rump
Jason
Pat
goes
said-
hand deep. I think that should be the title, but
Jason goes handy. I mean, he does.
yeah.
Anyways, thanks
we're
everybody.
not-
Oh,
for
Uncle
listening.
Owen, I can shoot a rump pat.
That's enough out of you, Blake. I'm done with you. Done with you. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.